Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel to protect myself from the creep that lives downstairs from me. For about the past 5 or 10 minutes, he's just been breathing cigarette smoke through his rigged range hood into my home, and he's just doing it like really heavily. He's filled my home with smoke, and at the same time as he did that, there was abusive men stalking my home in really loud vehicles. And what they're doing is they're doing it to try and scare me, these abusive men, because they're driving like rats up this street, and when they get out the front of my house, they're like really putting their foot down and, you know, making the car as loud as it can possibly be as they go past my home. And, you know, that's humiliating, that's degrading, that's discrimination, that's abuse. And this creep downstairs, somehow, if there's any detectives out there that are watching my channel, this creep that lives in the unit diagonally to me, he's communicating with these abusive men somehow, or they're communicating with him, because he's carrying out abuse at the same time as them, and they're setting it up. So I don't know, they've got to be communicating to do that, because they're doing it at the exact same time, and they've done that so many times. And yeah, he's filling my house with smoke, and it makes me have a panic attack automatically because of the trauma this creep's put me through. I mean, it's enough, you know, to make you sick that I have to put up with this disgusting thing viewing into my home illegally. And it's so sickening, really, that this person is doing that, because this creep hasn't left his home in 21 months because he's so addicted to stalking and abusing me. So, you know, even though that he's just carried out that abuse and it's caused me a panic attack, and, you know, it's really hard to get through what I'm going through right now. He gives me another reason to get on my channel and talk about what's happening here. Because every time I have to do that, it's helping. It's helping to create awareness of just how serious this situation is, and just how, you know, deplorable this abuse is that I'm being subjected to here. It's just so disgusting. These men, they need to be stopped, because there's no place for men treating women like this. This disgusting thing downstairs is a known peeping Tom. But, you know, whether he is that or not, you know, it's still just as disgusting to know that there's any stranger viewing into my home illegally. And, you know, he thinks that he has power over me, because that's how mentally disturbed he is. You know, he thinks that it's given him power over me. You have no power over me, you disgusting thing. And you're going to be held accountable for everything you've done. And you're going to be going to jail for a long time. He stalked me. He has put me through so much abuse. There's no amount of money in the world that could compensate the amount of abuse this creep has put me through. He's viewing into my home illegally. He can see into my bedroom. It's disgusting. It really is. It's so sickening, and I don't know how I'm getting through this, but I have no choice. I've had to accept it, because it's been out of my control. I can only do what I can. I can only speak the truth about it and just keep going every day, doing the best that I can to put the truth out there. But he's just violating my home and me in so many ways. Like every time he breathes smoke, he's violating my heart because he's making it beat faster, and he thinks that's giving him power too. And he's so smug. He really is. And I can't wait until he's arrested. Every time you tamper with my air, I will be on my channel speaking about you. So leave me alone. This creep may as well be in my home with me, and that is just so disgusting. Like he's breathing down my neck. He lurks over me as I sleep. And St. George Community Housing, you are going to be held accountable for this. These aren't just like anybody that's viewing into my home. It's just wrong on so many levels. But these two people downstairs, they are mentally disturbed and they are predators. And it has been so difficult to get through this, having these people living within meters from me. Just so smug. Just, they've abused me for their entertainment. And it's disgraceful, it is. It's absolutely disgraceful that this has been allowed to happen. So St. George Community Housing, you better tell this pervert, mentally disturbed creep that you've given the tools to stalk and put me through brutal harassment whenever he feels like it. You better tell him to leave me alone because you've been caught. So thank you if you've listened to this video, and if there's anyone out there that can help me raise public awareness of this abuse I'm being put through here, please help me. And thank you to the people supporting my channel. And if he does it again, I'll be back on here. He's a weak coward.